A cyclone could wash away some of the world's largest refugee camps, worsening an already dire humanitarian crisis that has displaced 620,000 Rohingya Muslims over the past 3 months, International Development Minister Marie-Claude Bibeau and Canadian aid workers are warning. Ms. Bibeau is in Bangladesh this week visiting the squalid makeshift refugee camps that have popped up since the end of August, when violence in Myanmar forced hundreds of thousands of Rohingya to flee to Bangladesh. Speaking to the Globe and Mail from Dhaka, the minister said Rohingya fear that the camps, constructed mostly of plastic tarps held up by bamboo poles, would be extremely vulnerable to a cyclone. They're afraid that the first cyclone and the first big rain will just wash right through part of the camps and it might be another disaster, she said. Story continues below. Advertisement. Bangladesh is in one of its cyclone seasons, which run from September through December and March through July. Canadian aid workers in Bangladesh said that while the camps are currently very hot and dusty, there is concern about a cyclone ripping through the area. There's no way they're going to be able to withstand any kind of weather, particularly because there's no trees. They're completely clear-cut. There's nothing to protect these tents now from the weather, said Lindsay Gladding, World Vision's Canadian Director of Humanitarian Emergency Affairs. Ms. Gladding said the camp's terrain was a lush, dense jungle with lots of trees before the Rohingya refugees arrived over the past 3 months. In order to house all of these people, it was completely clear-cut, she said. There are no trees anymore. The ground is really hard-packed sand. Humanitarian workers are also keeping an eye out for cholera in the densely populated, maze-like camps. Valerie Tremblay, Oxfam's humanitarian program manager for response efforts in Cox's Bazar, Bangladesh, said her colleagues are monitoring diarrhea outbreaks and promoting proper hygiene among refugees in an effort to prevent cholera. Oxfam is leading a pilot project that has overseen the installation of 35 special latrines, which, unlike other makeshift toilets that fill up quickly, use worms to digest fecal matter and reduce smell. Many of the sex-segregated latrines also have lockable doors, which are crucial for conservative Rohingya women who do not want to share a toilet with men. Story continues below. Advertisement. Story continues below. Advertisement. They women are reducing eating and drinking to avoid going to the latrine, Ms. Tremblay said. This is why it's very important to make sure that the latrines are segregated so that they do not feel ashamed to go use them. Bill Chambers, President and CEO of Save the Children Canada, said that while the Rohingya have been industrious in the creation of the camps, they still face the realities of living in a jungle. Just this past week, not for the first time, a wild elephant came right into the camp, Mr. Chambers said there are 10 elephant tracks through this area historically, and when a wild elephant becomes disoriented and can't find its tracks, it can be dangerous. Mr.